Well, appreciate you guys being here. As always, this is a big piece of what we do, and you guys helping tell the story and paint the picture really helps, so we appreciate that. First things first, I want to say congratulations. We are going to make Coach Red Dawson and his wife, Sharon, honorary captains of this year's team. They made every practice this fall camp, night or day. They were there the whole time. Miss Dawson did a phenomenal job. She knows every kid's name. She had a roster. She was helping Coach Red identify each kid. We went to church last Sunday at Rev Harvey's church, and as they were coming in, she was calling each kid by their name and their number. That meant a lot to our kids, and I know that both of them have a really storied history here. But what they did for us, I don't know if they did it for us, but what they did this fall camp by showing up every day. The first day they showed up, it was one or two guys over at the wall talking to them before practice. And as camp went on, I mean, it was, ended up half the team was going by and saying something before practice. So that just shows what type of community this is. That just shows why Huntington and Marshall are special. So they're going to be our honorary captains. We're going to honor them tomorrow. We're going up to the cemetery tomorrow. The end of camp today, the start of what we call execution season, because all it's about in the fall is executing. Fall camp is about improving. Fall camp is about development. Fall camp is about moving the pieces to figure out who can do what. Today ends fall camp. Tomorrow we remember why we play. That's why we're going to go up to the cemetery. We got 40 new players. So we're going to go up there, and Coach Mark Gale is going to come and kind of give a history lesson for the new guys. And then Monday we start school, so that starts execution season. And the only thing that matters in execution season is we did or we didn't. How great we play, how hard we play, how well we prepare, all those things, but we got to execute. So we're looking forward to it. I think we've had a really great camp. I can't remember a time since I've been here that we've had this type of camp. Not every play was perfect, but there were a lot of positives, consistently throughout camp. I thought today we did a really good job. We got to get the second group and third group, back into the roster, some reps today with the Sun Belt officials here. So we kind of got it officiated and the organization and all the little things that we needed to do to clean up the back end of camp. I'm really excited about where we are. I told the team before we left the field, what we've done is we've set a foundation. But if you set a foundation over here and then you build the house over here, it really doesn't matter. So what we've got to do is we've got to build on that foundation moving forward going into execution season. So
you see they have like a sense of accomplishment in their eyes after practice today where, step one, camp, and guys, we did it. Let's move on. Can you see that? Can you feel that they're excited for that?
Well, I think they've felt the consistency in camp, and they felt, the back and forth, the competitiveness. A lot of these guys have been around here a while, and they've been a couple years. We've been here a couple years, and there were some days that I was doing more yelling and trying to get guys to go in camp than there was actually playmaking. And this year we didn't have that. I was doing a lot more coaching. I only threw my hat once. I mean, that was actually like Owen Porter asked me if I even still knew how to do it. But, you get to that point where you got enough team maturity to where you don't have to treat them like 3-year-olds. They can be treated like 4-year-olds. There's a step. But I think they just feel the positive energy. I think they feel like they're improving. I think they're trusting the process. And I don't think they feel like, we've arrived and, it's going to be easy going downhill. But I think we've kept a very day-by-day, step-by-step focus, and I think they can feel that. And I think when you keep it day by day and not look at the season or not look at the goal, then you're not really counting the days and saying, man, we got another 7 days, man, we got another 6 days. You're saying, hey, we got an opportunity to go out here and get better today. And, you come to the meeting, you figure out how to get better. You come back tomorrow, you want to get better rather than kind of counting down days in camp. I think they took that approach.
Does that help with the fact that you've been here a few years now and you got guys that have been through it, and it just now you can focus on things possibly to get better instead of trying to build the culture? The culture is built.
Yeah, I think it helps. I think one of the positives to the entire organization, you can build a culture and it not sustain, and I think what we've done collectively, coaches, administration, players, everybody, I think we've built a sustainable culture, which means you're going to be able to have some type of level of sustained success. Obviously, what does that look like? Each year is going to vary. But once you get a sustainable culture, now you can build on that and you can start recruiting the type of players you're looking for. You can start playing the level of ball consistency-wise. The players start to have a different standard of what they expect from themselves and the teammates. And that's when you really start to take leaps and bounds. Now, what are those leaps and bounds? We'll get a chance to see this year. I think, obviously, adversity. There's a lot of other good teams out there. We told them in the meeting last night, winners and losers start the same. Every team in the country is saying right now we're excited. We feel like we had a good camp. Nobody's coming in the press conference saying, man, we don't look good this year. Everybody's excited. Everybody thinks they've improved. Everybody's excited about a certain position or a certain side of the ball. So what we've got to do is we've got to stay focused on the process, just getting better each day, and not, we got this team coming up or that team coming up. Let's just get better each day, all right? Now we're at the end of improvement stage. Now we got to go out and execute. And that's the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter how many times you caught the ball in practice. You got to catch it on Saturday afternoon now. And that's what we've got to transition to, because hopefully we've built the habits of catching the ball really well out here, making good plays on the ball, running to the ball, all of those things. But now you guys don't want to hear me stand up here after a game and say, well, camp was really, really good. We were really, really excited. And, that's what it's going to come down to. I think our guys understand that. And moving into this next phase, we've got to make sure we really show them what that looks like.
Coach Cam has seemed much more settled this camp. Just talk about what you've seen from him and his progression.
Phenomenal. I honestly, I asked him sometimes, I was like, where's Cam? Just his presence, his confidence, his communication, his leadership. He's making more and more and more consistent plays. The plays he doesn't make or the mistakes he makes, he's got a reason. The players, you can tell when a guy has started to gain the respect by his playing ability, by what the players do. Like when Rasheen Ali runs the ball, the O-line just blocks a little bit better in games. That's just what we've seen. When Cam is he's starting to groove, the receivers they're laying out, they're diving, they're fighting for balls, they're working their technique. They're toe tapping on the sideline. The DBs are trying even harder to guard them, and they're getting off. Guys get tugged, and usually it's, he tugged me, where's my flag? They're getting off the tug and strong hand catching. His confidence and his play has kind of given the offense a little bit more belief in, okay, if he's going to play well, I'm going to play well. And what we've seen when we start to get the ones in there, there's a lot more confidence. And that's something that, I'll be honest, we probably didn't have a ton of, last year. Not that our guys were not confident, but it was just kind of flatline. Now it's a little more, we're going to go out here and score. Yeah, we're going to go out here and get a first down. Yeah, we're good. The communication between the O-line and the quarterbacks and the tight ends and the wide receivers, everybody is a lot more confident in what they're saying. It used to be the O-line talk to the O-line, out, here. Receivers talk to the, quarterback. Running backs kind of, now everybody's talking. Receivers are talking to the running back. Hey, watch the blitz. And those are things that you start to see when people start to truly understand the system and truly start to believe that this works. Like, this is going to work. This play, whether it's a dive up the middle, 2 yards in a cloud of dust, everybody believes that this play is going to work. And I think Cam has really lit that fire, by his play, by his leadership, and his growth. The players could see it. They were here with him when he was quiet. And they see the new Cam.
It certainly seems like there's more of a sense of togetherness there.
I would agree.
With what he's doing.
I would agree. And I think, again, you talk about, especially offensively, the quarterback has a lot to do with the success of a football team. And when last year we didn't have a veteran quarterback. When I say veteran quarterback, meaning a guy who started here, guys knew him outside of football. We brought Henry in last year in the summer. He didn't really get a chance. He had, the summer, but he didn't have 3 or 4 years. We lost a quarterback that had that kind of timeline. The quarterback is something that you build years after years. Byron Leftwich was here today. He talked to the team. Byron was talking to me about, when they went up to Bowling Green and him watching Chad in warm-ups. He knew he wasn't going to play, but he was watching Chad, and he would watch Chad in the meetings. Cam didn't get that. We didn't have anybody for Cam to watch because when Henry got here, it was like, boom, here we go. And I think that probably not slowed down his progress, but what do I do, coach? I don't have it, show me what to do. Okay, well, if a coach is showing a player what to do or he's coming into his own, it takes a little longer. And I think right now he's gotten to that role where he's kind of the lead guy. He's kind of the guy that's showing people how to watch film. He's showing people how to practice. And I think the players are starting to see it.
It's almost like, maybe Owen or Eli, the version of him on offense.
Exactly. Well, he doesn't wear a cowboy hat, but that same type of presence, yes. And that's what we've kind of missed, the last couple of years. Henry was kind of new, and he was learning everything and did an awesome job for us, but he didn't have the connections and the relationships because he was only here for 2 months before we played, But Cam has been here, this is going on his 3rd year, so he knows these guys. He knows these guys on Friday night. These guys have seen him. They know what he does at night. They know if he's watching film or not. They know if he's, really what he says he is. Leadership is something you live it all the time. And I think that presence that Owen and Eli have on defense, Cam has that now on offense, which that's what you need. You think of any great quarterback, he has a presence, and that's what, especially, here in the history here, they've had a presence. Like I said, I was with Byron today, and we were sitting around him and Girardi just kind of talking. The guy's got a presence. I was ready to play for him. I was like, I got 2 more snaps in me, and we better slide left because I can't go right on this knee. But it's just a presence that you feel when you walk in the room, the way they conduct themselves. And it's not a boisterous, loud, yelling. It's just a presence. It's a calm confidence. And I think Cam's walking in that right now. Good? All right, appreciate you guys, man. Look forward to seeing you guys next week.